Hi, it's Garrett, Do It Right Roofing. So I'm on a roof here in Bonnie Lake, and I just wanted to show you a couple of things. It's in okay condition, and the shingles are starting to deteriorate. But what I noticed when I came up first, I was trying to figure out why some of them looked a lot better than others. And take a look at this. So this shingle right here, you can see the old shingle and a patch that was done all the way across. So both valleys at some point leaked, and that's a terrible place for that B vent to be for the furnace. I don't know if we'll be able to move it because it's where it comes up through from the furnace itself. It's like comes up right at the valley. But anyway, so there's that. And you can see this valley over here is all new shingles as well. So there was obviously a leak there. And then around this vent was replaced. You can see that AF50 or turtle shell vent right there is new, and it's brown, and the rest of them are black coming down here. And that vent was replaced, the 2-inch vent, and the 1.5-inch vent over there was replaced as well. And those vents over there might have been replaced, but they didn't replace any shingles because it looks like newer flashing there. But if you go back to the valleys really quick, valleys are one of the most common places that leak on a roof. Nowadays, when we put a valley down, we do a 3-foot wide rubber membrane that goes underneath this whole entire space right here. And then we do a 2-foot wide piece of metal that has a little bump in the middle. And we call it Valley W metal. It kind of looks like an upside down W. And then we do synthetic underlayment that goes over the whole entire roof and over that space there, and then the shingles come down over it 2 inches on either side of that bump in the middle, and then we use a sealant that goes down that. That's why it's going to be a little bit hairy with where that B vent is right there, but we would cover the whole space with the rubber membrane to make sure that it's watertight. So we'll have to investigate that and see if we can move it over a little bit. It's a 6-inch vent, B vent. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a 6-inch 90. They have these adjustable 90s, and see if we can move it over, 6 inches, 8 inches a foot. I'd really want to move it away from that valley so we have as much space as possible for it to be watertight when it comes through there. But obviously both valleys leaked when we did this, or when, not we, but somebody did this repair. Because we don't typically repair valleys to do it in this style. We always want to make it completely waterproof by doing the multiple layers of protection there. So that's the roof. The shingles themselves, other than these repairs, are quite a bit older. And obviously, let's see if we can take a look here. You see, you're seeing fiberglass come through. That's what this is behind here. And it's really brittle, so we can just rip it really easily with our fingers. The shingle itself has multiple layers. There's the granules on top, on an asphalt backing, over the top of a fiberglass mat. So when you start to see this fiberglass show through, it's the end of its life, and you can see a lot of that asphalt back mat, so the granules have lost and come undone, and there's a few little holes and stuff in places. But so obviously the roof's at the end of its life. Other than these repairs that were done recently, maybe a couple years ago, they're not very old. Garrett here, Do It Right Roofing.